I get it. You're sitting in the office or you're watching your fellow competitors and realtors on Instagram and you're thinking to yourself, how are they doing it? How are they so productive? How are they closing all these deals? How are they crushing? And I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs, doing the work that I think I should be doing, but yet nothing comes of it. Let's dive in. What's up guys, Lewi here. Today we are going to talk about the 5 habits of productive realtors. Yes, those realtors that sometimes you're like, I really hate that guy. The ones that just always seem to have multiple deals going on all the time and you're like, but guess what guys, there's good news. The thing is, these other agents that you're looking at don't have superpowers. For the majority of them, it's just dedicated tasks that they follow step by step and they do daily, weekly, monthly, on a regular schedule to make sure they're hitting everything they need to hit. And we're going to break down those 5 things right now. All right, guys, the first habit of highly productive realtors is they have goals and they set goals and they stick to their goals. Now, why is this important? Well, if I have to tell you, you probably haven't watched any of my videos before. I talk about goals all the time. Visualizing, knowing what you're trying to achieve is key to success. Otherwise, you're just kind of flailing around in this real estate bubble and you're just hoping to get deals landing on your lap. The thing about goals, guys, is that it gives you a pathway to get to where you want to go. And I do them in quarterly, sometimes I even do them in monthly segments. So I don't do yearly long goals because they're so far out that reaching them is so far away that if you miss a day, a week, or even a couple of weeks or a month of like working towards them, it's no big deal. I've still got 11 months left. Well, it is a big deal. But if you break them down into smaller segments, you can work towards more realistic goals. And that's what a lot of people are doing here. So if you've never done this before, you can either start out with monthly or quarterly goals. Monthly is great because you can just be like, okay, this month I want to learn YouTube, or I want to start a YouTube channel, or, you know, this month I want to host 10 open houses, so something like that. Setting monthly goals are really, really good because they've just got short time frames and you can get to work on them immediately. Agents who know what their goals are and work towards them in a steady incremental path are the ones that win. Okay, number 2 is creating a routine. We did a video on this recently about, the routine of high producing people, not just realtors, but all over the world, and what they do for a routine. But having a routine is key for success. Sometimes I find myself falling off the wagon, with this stuff and falling out of my routine a little bit. And it's funny because when you're doing it for the first couple of days or a week or whatever, it doesn't feel that bad. You're like, whatever, I'm not going to wake up at 5, or I'm not going to do my workout today, or whatever it is. It's not a big deal for a little while, but all of a sudden you're like, hold on, how is my business a mess right now? Why do I not have any leads coming in? Like, what's going on with all this stuff? It's because you fell out of that routine. And what a lot of people don't really realize is it's not just about getting up and doing the actual tasks of your routine. It's the residual effect that it has on your life moving forward. Every day you have your routine is every day in the future that you're going to win, because you're projecting onto the day. You just keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving on to the next day. And because of that momentum, it has a snowball effect, and that's how your business grows over time. So having a daily routine, whatever that may look like, is key. Okay, number 3 is something that a lot of people don't really want to do, and that is to continually learn and improve. High producing realtors are continually looking for this kind of stuff. They want to learn, they want to attend seminars, they want to, go to networking events, they want to get on and research different topics, because that's the only way you can expand your business. And in a business like this, where you're competing with people, you really have to be on top of your game. And what I always tell agents I work with is to figure out what that niche is. Have a lot of pillars of your business, like 3-4 pillars of your business, but have a niche where you're like the number 1 agent at that, or you're striving towards that. And I love doing that. So for some of the agents I work with, it's like probate. Okay, I'm the number 1 probate guy. I've networked with all these lawyers. I have all these deals flowing in. Awesome. For some other people, it's TikTok. So Andrew Vascaseno, who's in my group, is the number 1 TikTok agent in Colorado and crushes through that. So having the niche that you just focus on is phenomenal. So dedicating yourself to learning is one of the most valuable assets that you can do. It's funny, a lot of people are saying the same thing right now. When the pandemic came in 2020, people I listened to like Ed Miley, Andy Frisella, Tony Robbins, they were all saying the same thing. It wasn't about investing in the stock market. It wasn't about investing in real estate even. It was about investing in yourself. How are you going to use this time to invest in yourself so that on the other end of this, you come out on top? And for me, it was switching over to YouTube. Like that's when I really kicked into this. And over the last few years, my business has blown up through YouTube. So finding something and continually going on a learning path to make sure that you're on top of your game. Okay, number 4 in the things that highly productive realtors do is delegate. Now, this is something a lot of people struggle with, including myself for a little while. Now I'm all about it, but I used to struggle with this. And delegating is really the task of outsourcing the things that you don't have to do, or outsourcing the things that you don't want to do, or outsourcing the things that aren't bringing you that ROI. Now, as realtors, we have so much to do in our business, right? Client-facing things. If we have listings, we have to get the signs, we have to get photographs, we have to get the contracts drawn up, we have to get all this stuff. Then we have to do our lead generation, then we have to do our presentations, then we have to do social media. We've got so much things that we have to do. So the best thing to do for me is to use the Eisenhower matrix, put all the things you need to do in these boxes, and then go through them and see what you can delegate. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to film a video on the Eisenhower matrix, so make sure you check that out. But really the 2 big game changers for me were, one, my TC, my transaction coordinator, who takes care of the whole transaction. So, we show our clients, we write the offers, we get them under contract, and then from there, my TC swoops in and pretty much takes over the file in terms of the paperwork and everything that needs done, because, I just don't have that capacity right now in terms of time, in terms of like space in my brain to remember all these dates and deadlines and all this stuff. So she is there to do that. Phenomenal. So if you're busier than, maybe one deal every other couple of months, a TC is most certainly worthwhile looking into. And then the next one is a VA, or a virtual assistant. Again, game changer for me. I have 2 of them that are just the best. And really what's happened there for me is that I've looked at my business and I've thought to myself, okay, what are the things that I do either every day, week, month, whatever, that anyone could do? Like, it doesn't have to be me that does it. Okay, write out that list. Okay, next, what are the things that I continually do all the time that could be put on automation? Write out that list. And then that's what I give to my VAs to do. Now, what that does, it not just free up time for me, but it frees up mental bandwidth. I don't have to worry about these tasks getting done anymore, and I can just focus on the things that I like to do and that I'm really good at, which is talking to people, meeting clients, networking, being on video, all this good stuff that I'm actually good at and what my strengths are. Now I can focus on that instead of the paperwork that is boring to me. Delegating tasks is a huge one, guys. If you haven't really done this before, I really encourage you to look at a tool like the Eisenhower matrix and really look into using that. And the last one, guys, number 5 is stay organized. Ooh, this is a big one. This was actually a tough one for me. Staying organized is not really my strong suit, believe it or not. That's why I outsource to VAs and TCs and stuff like that. That's why Mackenzie does a lot of the production side of thing. But for me, staying organized is all about speaking to myself, dumbing things down. I need to dumb things down to a point where they're just little chunks of things that I need to do so that I'm not all over the place. And part of this is like getting rid of distractions, blockers for social media, like all the stuff that I talk about on the channel. These things really help me stay organized because I can stay on task. If I know what my power list is for the day and I have my 5 tasks, I can just knock them out. I'm good to go. So using my calendar, using the power list, using different tools like that, my VAs, everything like that helps me to stay super organized. Of course, for real estate, the CRM is key. It's funny, how many realtors don't actually use a CRM properly is mind-blowing to me. You have a system there, whichever one you use, that is built to follow up, to remind you to do things, to do property searches, to do CMAs, to whatever they do. It's built to organize your lead flow, but people don't use it. They just throw leads in there and they just leave them on like dumb drip campaigns that never go anywhere. So I would really encourage you to check that out. Now, at EXP, we just got integrated with Chime, which I'm super excited about because the website is so clean. The back end is super friendly to use. KV Core is awesome too, but it's a little bit of a dinosaur for me if I'm using it these days. So I'm going to be digging a lot into Chime, and I'll probably put out a couple videos of how I use it in the future here. But you know, Follow Up Boss, whatever CRM it is that you use, just make sure you actually use it. You know, it's a huge tool that we don't take advantage of, and I don't understand why. But you can bet your bottom dollar that any top producing agent that you know utilizes a CRM. So that's our 5, guys. Remember, setting goals, creating a routine, continuously learning and improving, delegating tasks, and then staying organized. If you look at them like that, they're not crazy, right? It's not like rocket science. It's not like some secrets that you've never heard of before. But what it is dedication to the art. It's dedication to doing your craft and doing it to the best of your ability. And what it is really, what it all boils down to is discipline. And you have to have that self-discipline to do the work required to make the money that we can make in real estate, and then push from there and become a top producer yourself. If you have any questions on this, guys, comments, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you want to subscribe to the weekly newsletter I send out, you can click the link below as well, and we'll see you on the next one.